Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of the superhero called You. And today I'm going to talk about gentleness. And the reason this came up was this morning I had a very early call at 6:30 to a guy in Australia who's doing some work for me, and it went really well. But I've had a series of, let's say, very late nights, and having to look after kids and COVID and not quite back at school yet. It's meant having to snatch your working times when you can. So the 8 till 1 in the morning shift has been a bit of a regular occurrence, and probably a little bit too far for me. But anyway, so I sit down again after this call and I'm thinking, should I go and have a cup of tea, or I could just get another bit of work done. And lo and behold, this enormous wood pigeon came swooping down from the tree behind me and went slam right into the window. Fortunately it flew off and must have just got a bit of a headache, so nothing too serious for the bird. But I was kind of like, it made an enormous bang, and I was going, what the hell's that? I kind of thought, well, if the universe is talking to me and the natural world speaking, then what does that mean? So I was a little bit perturbed, and I spoke to my wife a bit, and she said, I wonder if the universe is telling you to just slow down a little bit and just go gentle and go easy with yourself. So, and hopefully it's not banging your head against a brick wall. You know, it's good when you stop. So I thought, yeah, that is right. And then the whole idea of gentleness and being kind to yourself came up. So this was on the list, but it's obviously something I need to broadcast today for whatever bizarre reason. So I'll trust that this is going to hit the right people at the right time and talk about it. So, and I guess in your position, have you ever been in a time and a place where you've been really pushing hard and to get stuff done, and then you just pushed a little bit too far? And the reason this gentleness is a superpower is that actually it's really the ability to know when to stop pushing and to be kind to yourself. So it's kind of like immaculate self-care, and it's kind of like self-love, but it's more of a in the moment thing, and it's coming up as a opportunity for you to choose to time out for your own well-being, really. So there's 2 or 3 reasons why gentleness is a superpower and really important. Firstly, it's reinforcing this idea of self-love, and that brings all sorts of benefits to you from the universal manifesting machine. If you're making conscious choices for self-love, it's kind of reminding yourself that Rome wasn't built in a day, and you know, whilst it could be built pretty quickly with modern technology and all that, you know, we're not machines, we're human beings. It also secures your attention span so that you don't get fade or your performance starts dipping. And this is particularly important if you're in an immersion situation, or you're on a real, you know, a significant project that's taking up a lot of your time. So giving your priority to your overall well-being is something that really, you know, makes a lot of sense. The current environment at the moment, and you know, today and the next few days, we've had a lot of solar activity. We've got a solar eclipse coming, and so energetically the Earth is really charged with lots of different energies and pressures that we feel emotionally. This invisible pressure and forces that are affecting the Earth's atmosphere and the electromagnetic sensitivity that we all have. So in these sorts of situations, it's actually quite important to just ease off. And if the pedals to the metal all the time, you're going to get burnt out really quickly in this environment. The second sort of analogy, I suppose, is that, you know, even frontline troops in the military, a military example, they get put back to rest and relaxation. They get rotated. So it's important to rotate, it's important to stay sharp, and that's a good way of doing it. So no one is full on all the time is the main point. And this idea is not always that popular in macho cultures where alpha males are push all the time. But when it does happen in those sorts of cultures, it's really quite amazing to see the effects on other people around those alpha males. So if you're an alpha male or an alpha female, or somebody that's really used to pushing yourself long and hard, maybe this superpower of gentleness, it's time to get that message into your awareness a little more, that you know, when you really push, take a conscious moment to take a time out and be gentle with yourself. Maybe set your watch or your clock to, you know, do 30 to 45-minute bursts of activity, and then give yourself a break to get a cup of tea or break your, you know, your attention, so that when you come back, you're going to be fresher. I know you've heard this before, but this really is a quite an important time, especially when we're energetically under some pressure and emotionally quite charged with current events like COVID-19. So this is all about looking after yourself. So I hope that's coherent and made sense. I'd love to hear your comments, any anecdotes and stories you might have about this. And as always, if anyone you think needs a little nudge in the right direction with this little nugget, then feel free to share. So thanks for listening and watching. Big love to you all. Cheers for now.